Good morning, YouTube.
Good morning. I'm in this video now.
Lance is back.
Yep.
So the plan was originally to get our chickens moved into the barn as quickly as we could. They're doing okay in their coops, and we have other things that are pressing that we need to get rid of or take care of. So what we're going to do today is we are going to take you along. We are going to be moving the chickens. Coop number 2 is going to be in for a big move today. They're moving clear across the yard, and we've never done it with them before. We did a large move with the original girls in Coop 1 back in the spring, and that went really well. But they're older, they're more seasoned girls, and so we don't really know what to expect. Plus, there's a lot more in Coop 2. Right.
And there's roosters.
Yep. Yes. So come along with us. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And click that notification bell so that you get notified every time we post a new video. Okay, so here's what's going on. We just moved the coop, like you saw, but the fence wasn't quite long enough to make it reach because it ended way over here. We've had to clear a little path where Lance is standing so that we can get the fence to come through here, and then we have more room to be able to get the fence to meet up with where it's supposed to meet up. The goal here is, if you see our jungle, is these chickens have been doing a really good job of cleaning this area up. Not that area, because obviously they haven't been there yet. But if we go over here, so this area here is what they have access to. They will get to go in there and clean it all up and eat all the berries that are in there. We found out we have blackberries or raspberries, one of the two. And they like that stuff. this is the area that they came from. So this area actually looked just like this about 2 weeks ago. And they've done all of that work to get in there and clean it all up. And they're doing a really great job. They save us a lot of time. So then once they've worked an area like this, we're able to go in, clean up all the dead branches, all the garbage from previous people that have lived here. Once we get in there and clean it up, it'll look like this area. All of this area right here was completely grown over. And we were able to then just take a rake, loosely rake everything off the top, get the branches cleaned up, and then Lance trimmed up some branches on the trees, and now we can walk in there and it's not a jungle. So we go from this to this. That's a big difference, and we are super excited to see what this whole tree line will look like. This is what we see outside our kitchen window, is this tree line. So this area that got cleaned up already, which we need to finish after the ladies have done their work. This is their new area that they'll be cleaning up, and their coop is located really close by. And then we're going to continue working down this entire tree line till we get to the end. We're almost actually there. We're about halfway there once this area that they're in right now gets cleaned up. There's a field on the other side of this treed area that we own. And we just bought a rough cut mower for the tractor so that we can reclaim that field. There are a bunch of trees growing in there, small trees, that probably would do a lot better growing if they weren't surrounded by tall grass that's taller than I am. So we're excited to see what happens as we continue to work this and see if we can't get this land back. We own 7.5 acres roughly, and we use maybe, what would you say, babe, like 3 acres? Yeah, with the house and everything, he says 3 acres is about what we use. So we're hoping that we can kind of reclaim some more of this. We'll have some more area. Maybe someday in the long distant future, there's been talks of planting like alfalfa or Timothy hay. So if someday we end up getting other animals. So we're almost done with this move. This was the easy move, believe it or not, I think. We'll see what happens. We have to move coop 2 clear across the yard. I'm going to show you this yard. Don't judge me. But coop number 2 is way over there. And we are going to be moving them across behind the garage there, over to the other side of this tree line. There's a clearing back behind there where their coop's going to go. And then we're going to fence them into this forested area and continue doing what the original girls have already done in the front of this area, only there's a tree line that goes way back. And so we're going to continue to reclaim that with coop 2. Hopefully that'll go twice as fast because there's twice as many of them. But we'll see what happens. Plus it cuts down on our feed for them. They like to get into the shady areas rather than the sunny areas in the summer. And it also gives them something to do. Okay, so we're over at coop 2 now. What the plan is we're going to take up all this fence. We're going to make a lane for our chickens to march them from here. Probably go between the camper, that's the chicken barn, by the way, and this shed. And then it'll go kind of behind there. And they'll end up over on the other side of that picnic table by that tree line. So it's a pretty big move. We'll just see how far this fence gets us, and we'll have to cap it off at the end at some point and then continue to move the lane down till we get to where we want to be. the middle of filming everything, we actually ran out of room on our phones. So I'm sitting at the computer right now, uploading everything so that we can continue to film. Lance is still outside, so we'll go check in with him now. So we got a couple over here that are basking in the sun. You guys working on your tan? They're super comfortable where they're at. Hopefully we can get them to move. That's funny. They're hanging out outside the barn. Hello? Why are you pecking at my feet? This chicken's being annoying. Well, let's get the rest of these guys moved in. Then we can move the fence.